Hello and welcome to my HTML primer tutorial video. In this video I will prime you on HTML, and we're going to start right off the bat. This is a basic web page, and I'll show you what each of these do in just a minute here. But generally, in a simple HTML file, that will be the open HTML tag, which will be a less than symbol, HTML, and then a greater than symbol to sort of close that, and it makes it look like this. This tells the browser when to start processing HTML. And at the very bottom of the page, where the HTML ends, we'll have the same thing except for with a slash in front of the HTML. So we'll have less than symbol, slash, / HTML. And this will be where HTML stops processing. And now in between that, we press tab, and now we have the header and we have the body of an HTML file. And the body is what you'll see on your web page, and the header will tell what the web page is about, the title, and any of the tags for search engines to look for about the page. So we'll start with the head, HEAD, close that. Now we're going to open what and put /head, and we're going to close that. And in between here, this is where the title goes. So but I'll show you how to put the body in here too. So we'll do that. I'll type body, and where the body of the web page ends, way down at the bottom of the page, we'll put /body in less than and greater than symbols. And we can't use open brackets like you do on forums. Like we can't go img equals some URL HTTP. It just won't understand that because it's not a forum. It's forum language is different from HTML. So what we're programming here is HTML. So we can't use squiggly bracket open and put head in there and expect it to process that as HTML, because HTML just doesn't work that way. So anyway, I'm going to get rid of that. So here's the body, as you can see right here. And this is where HTML, this line here is where HTML stops processing. This is the body. So everything that you're going to see in the web page is going to be between body and /body. Now, okay, let's put a paragraph in there. How do we do that? The HTML tag for a paragraph is just simply P. So less than symbol, P, greater than symbol. And to end a paragraph, we do /P. So less than symbol, /P, greater than symbol. And I'll type in here, this is the first paragraph, and that will show up on the web page as the first paragraph. Now, something you want in the header is the title. And now we're going to tab, and then we're going to put title, and then we're going to put the /title, and in between that we're going to put the title of the web page. And I'll type, this is the title of this web page, ! So now we have a title, and it's kind of an obvious noob title, but it works. That's what the title will show as in your browser when you surf this web page. So now we go, let's save as. Now we're going to save it as an HTML file, and the name can be anything. So it's just going to be web page.html, or it could be just HTML. There's no difference really there between HTML and HTML.html. So now it's saving as webpage.html. We have our first paragraph. Now let's make a second paragraph. Except this time, this second paragraph, we're going to change the name to second inside the paragraph. This is the second paragraph. And now we're going to make this paragraph bold. How are we going to do that? With the bold tag in HTML. And that is just a lowercase b. So we're going to put b here in front of the paragraph. And we're going to put /b at the end of the paragraph. Now this is the second paragraph. It is in bold characters, period. So now we have our second paragraph, and yeah, I'm going to put tab there. Now a good editor to start in would be Notepad++. That's good for PHP, it's good for HTML, it's good for C++, it is good for just about everything and anything that you need to edit documents without putting garbage into the file like WordPad would, or would try to do anyway. So yeah. So we have our first paragraph, we have our second paragraph in bold. Let's put a third paragraph, and this time let's do it in big. So we're going to copy the first paragraph. We have our third. This is the third paragraph, and we're going to put it is. We're going to put it italics. And the code for italics in HTML tags is I/I. So we're going to put that at the beginning and the end /I at the end. So we have 3 paragraphs already. We have a title for the web page, and we have all this. Now, what HTML won't do, it won't handle integers. It won't handle strings. It'll produce words on your page, but it won't manipulate and concatenate strings like a real programming language would. And you can't do calculations like you couldn't program a chess game in HTML, but you can build simple web pages in HTML. If you want to do more complicated stuff, you have to start with PHP or Microsoft's version of PHP, which is ASPX. Okay, now we have 3 paragraphs. Let's go ahead and save this, and let's open it up in our browser and see what the web page looks like. So here we have webpage.html, and here's our web page. Now look at the title. This is the title of the web page. It doesn't show up down here. It shows in the title in your browser. Now this is the first paragraph. That's right. This is the only thing that we've added to the web page so far. This is the second paragraph. It is in bold characters. That's true. This is the third paragraph. It is italics, or it is in italics would be better grammar, but I'm just going fast here. So now let's Google something, and I've already Googled it. HTML link. Say I wanted to know how to make a link in HTML, the HTML code for a link. And I've already opened up a page, and it says how to make a link, and it tells you exactly how to make a link in HTML. So here, I'm just going to copy their code, and I'm going to add that to my web page. And I'm going to put it in a new paragraph even. So P in less than or greater symbols, and then /P, lowercase. Now I'm going to insert their code here, click here, to go to Yahoo, and this is A, which is the HTML tag for anchor. And what you do is you anchor links on a word, like this one right here. This one will show up as a link. So let's go File, Save, and this is the href equals, and then in double quotes is the link that link will go to. So that's important to know. So right now it's going to go to yahoo.com, and it's going to be here, and it's going to be part of a sentence, and it's going to be anchored to the link that we specified in href. So let's see if that link shows up in its own paragraph. So we go to the web page, we open it in the browser again, and here we go. Click here to go to Yahoo. We can confirm. We look. Does it in fact go to Yahoo? Yeah, it does go to Yahoo. It took me straight away to Yahoo. So we already know how to program text and italics and bold, and how a web page format should look like in a text file. How to use paragraphs and how to insert links on certain words. So everything between the open less than symbol A greater than symbol A / A, this is an anchor, and we're going to type that right in between there. This is an anchor. And now that's going to be anchored. And now if we just manipulate the anchor to include href, which we put in between before the greater than symbol, so we just put a space after A and put href equals, and then 2 quotes, and then in the quotes we can put http : / and I'm going to put my website .tk / and now that's, I wrote "an" wrong, I wrote it backwards. This is an anchor. Now I'm going to type this is a link, and we don't need the 6 there. So now we've already we know what's going on and why it's doing the things that it's doing. Now let's go save the page, and we're going to see the difference between an anchor without an href and an anchor with an href in it. So we're going to go back to my page, and we're going to hit refresh. And see, we have this is an anchor and this is a link. Now I forgot to put those in separate paragraphs, so they ended up on the same line. But another way you can make a paragraph is, see, we didn't put anything in between here indicating the beginning or ending of a paragraph, so it'll all just put it on the same line. But now I want to separate these without putting the paragraph tag wrap around them. So I'm going to do something else. I'm going to put BR space / and then put the greater than symbol, and then I'm going to do that again for another new line, and it's going to make a paragraph the slow way. So let's go File, Save. So now basically you know enough HTML to mess around with putting bulletins on, say, on your image board, or a message. A news message on your site with HTML codes in it. We could go to YouTube, and we could go. Here's another good HTML tag that's really good. Say I wanted to put a YouTube video on my webpage, but I wanted it to be in the center. Use center in greater than and less than symbols, and then /center where you want the centering to end. Center. So we have center and /center, and everything in between there gets centered. So I'm going to write here, this is centered text. It new sentence. It will appear in the center of the page, period. So this is all going to be centered. Now we could put this open center and close center both on the same line, like this, or we could put it on a new line. It doesn't matter. It'll process it the exact same way. So we'll hit save, and now let's go to our web page again. Let's hit refresh. And there we have it. This is the first paragraph, the third paragraph. Click here to go to Yahoo. This is an anchor, and it's really not doing anything at all. What you want to anchor things to is a link. So that's the purpose of anchor, and this is a link to my website. And this here, this is centered text. It will appear in the center of the web page, and it happened exactly like that. There's also left and there's right, so you can select. You can select for text to be put on the right side of the page, so it will start over here instead. And you could force it to go left, which is the default, like it appears over here. And that's just basically the beginnings of coding an HTML code and building your website in HTML. Now there is now I want to show you how to now we're going to go to YouTube, and we're going to go to some music video, and we're going to go to the share. We're going to share that video, and then we're going to click the embed code to put it on our site. So let's say I wanted a music video. Let's say I wanted 3 OH F-climb 3. Okay, that's a horrible choice, but it's just for an example to show you how embed goes perfectly well in an HTML page and how you can use that. So we're going to select Starstruck featuring Katy Perry. Hopefully we can embed this. I'm not going to let the video play, so just as soon as it loads, I'm going to hit pause. Hit pause. Now we're going to go to share and see if we can embed this YouTube video. Some you can, some you can't. Now we're going to go to share. Under share, we're going to go to embed. Scroll down, go to embed. Now it'll give us the iframe code to put in an HTML file, and that's exactly what we want. We could use the old embed code too, and we could see it uses object with a width and a height and parameter name, movie equals this and this and that, and the YouTube URL and all kinds of junk. But we're just going to use the iframe because it's simpler right now. So we've got the code, I've copied it. Now I'm going to paste it where the center text would be. So now this will be a centered YouTube video. I'm going to hit paste. Now it's got the iframe code that goes all the way from one side of the page to the other. We're going to hit save, and we're going to reload that in our browser and see if the YouTube video gets centered on our web page. Now we've opened it up in our browser and it's centered. Now there are other ways that you can program HTML, and that's by having a program create HTML for you, but you describe with what you see is what you get editor, WSIWYG editor, and that's what it's called. And there's a few of them out there that are free and they're good. One is called PageBreeze, and there's even online HTML editors. Just Google online HTML editors, and I have PageBreeze, and I have made web pages with it. So you just go to pagebreeze.com. You could download it. There is paid features that they They can make forms for you and stuff in PHP, HTML forms, but you just basically need the editor. What you see is what you get editor, and you can start building web pages without knowing a thing about HTML. You can really build your own web page that looks pretty professional, or at least mediocre to good professional, almost professional looking websites. So that wraps up this HTML primer video. Thank you for watching. Sorry it's so long, but I wanted to get in most of the important things. And there's a lot more to HTML than what I just showed you, but you'll learn as it's one of those languages you just learn as you go, just like most programming languages. I've just taught you the basics of HTML, and hopefully you can go further from there, so your page just doesn't look like one stream of one giant huge paragraph of text that's completely useless and has no hyperlinks and has no form and has no order. But yeah, so you'll be able to do a lot more with what you see is what you get editor, and you'll know how to add YouTube embed things that you can embed and stuff, hopefully after watching my video. And thanks for watching. Take care.